This is Lindsay Williams, and you're listening to the Drunkard United show. Bless your little cotton socks.
So does he walk alone when he's leaving Villa Park and after being fired?
You stole my joke.
I think so.
I mean, I'm ready. Are you ready, Sam?
Well, he might not. He might not be alone.
No, I just wanted to find out. I thought we were all ready here.
Dean Smith might be with him.
We're ready, but we had to do a take two.
And
so
Jack Grealish.
Sure, we're all ready. Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Snub of my lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the midweek's action as told by two common American schmucks. I am me. He's having a bad day. Because his golf team was too good to be shitty and too shitty to be good.
Yep. Exactly the perfect description.
And he didn't win any prizes.
Prizes.
At a liquor golf tournament when he works in the liquor industry.
No prizes, Mel.
And can get any of those prizes if he talks to the right supplier.
Yeah, but I want prizes. It's a tournament and I want prizes, damn it.
And now his vape's not working and everything's fucked up.
That I am very stressed out about. I am now having fucking nicotine panic attacks.
Now, this is...
Stuck in traffic getting here.
This is an abridged version because Mr. Graham has 5 o'clock in the morning plans tomorrow.
Yes.
So we actually have him in studio.
I have to go fishing.
For one of these midweek shows, which is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm going fishing.
There's so no sound check, but this show, and we are still going to give you injury time as well. So that's all very important. So we're going to enjoy that.
But it's going to be abbreviated and fast. So Brighton and Forest, game sucked. Don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
We're recording at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out on all podcast platforms. Please be sure to rate, subscribe, review, and share with a footballing friend. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they get in touch.
In all seriousness, it's at DU Football Show and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email. The first one, obviously, is on the old socials. We check all that stuff, and then make sure, please, join the Facebook closed group, Drunkard United FC. That's where 99.999% of the bants happen.
Including this email that just came in from one Mr. Big Sam to the DU Football Show. So what the fuck happened Wednesday at your soccer match?
The kid was there.
Uh-huh.
Parents didn't say a word.
Uh-huh.
Me and the head of referees laughed about the whole situation. He said that the child wants to play. I spoke to the child privately, apologized. He was like, "Coach, you're fine." So the parent was upset and ascribed all of her feelings to her child.
Very good.
Yeah.
And the kids just want to play, want to have fun.
And then apparently it ended with one of the two other ladies, I think it was Miss Cindy, one of the two other ladies that's on the tribunal that runs the league. It's the head of referees and two ladies, or the
FA.
It's the board, yeah.
That's the FA.
One of them apparently pulled her to the side and had a conversation.
You understand coaches are allowed to be frustrated with their players, and he needs to be able to motivate.
You've played sports before, right?
He needs to be able to motivate.
That was the
his
no.
team.
It was you are alive. Yes. Then you've probably experienced this situation. Shut the fuck up.
Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, even on a night like tonight, we're still going to throw back one glass of whiskey. Mr. Graham, what are we drinking this evening?
I don't know. It's one of your things. This is a Westward single barrel. Cash strength, 129.35. Holy fuck. And it is a little bit hot. This was barreled on June 2nd of 2016, which would make it about 6 years old, depending when this was bottled, not sure. It was distilled by someone named Miles Monroe.
That's our master distiller.
There he goes.
Blender.
At a char level 3 barrel, and it says its notes are banana, creme brulee, and almonds. It's barrel number 373. Sample only, not for resale. Oh, the tax was paid.
Yes, the tax was paid.
There you go.
So that's actually a single barrel that I had gotten that I was going to go, try to sell to somebody, and then found out, oh, no, wait, don't sell that single barrel. That single barrel's already been sold.
Nice.
So they were like, well, you have the sample. No need to send it back. By all means, enjoy. And I want to say this was...
You know what it'd be nice with? Some nicotine.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah, because you're fucking... Well, I did.
I mean,
Sam,
I've got smokes, but
Sam,
Your smoke's no good for me.
You are responsible.
I don't
for
like
how
the wacky tobacco smell.
You are responsible for how
calm
you
you the fuck
manage
down.
your vape. Your vape is not working because you put it in your pocket and you broke it. So, Mr. Graham, much like how the tribunal had to have a talk with the lady, I'm going to have a talk with you.
About taking responsibility.
It's fine to be grumpy, but understand why you are grumpy is your fault.
Now,
your
I
fault
never
alone.
said it wasn't my fault. I just said I'm frustrated at the situation.
Well, I don't want you to be bitchy moany. We need to do a show here, and you need to be witty and charming.
All right, let's go. Hold on, my wife's calling me. Let's see what she wants.
Okay, well, great.
We need to.
No.
Hey, babe. Oh, I'm here. Yeah, we're already recording. You're on the air.
this is like the real
Hold
show
on.
that
Go
goes
ahead.
out to.
Hey, everyone.
Literally, twos of threes of people are going to be listening to this.
Yes,
Carly,
exactly.
Just letting it be known.
It's
It's amazing.
thousands.
So what did I interrupt?
That one
What
time.
topic are you talking about?
We were just finishing the talk about our liquor that we were drinking.
Okay, what is that?
We were drinking Westward American Single Malt. It is a single cask, a single barrel that was accidentally sold already. It was given to me as a barrel sample, but the barrel was already sold. So they were like, well, you can go ahead and drink it. So we're drinking it. So this is a
good.
barrel
Enjoy.
somewhere else in the country that's been sold that you cannot buy. But so you can't really put a price tag on it.
Yeah, but it's here, so there we
It's
go.
really good. We're drinking it.
You're all set.
All right, babe. I'll talk to you soon.
Well, good. Well, enjoy responsibly, my friends. Have a good evening.
The
That's
consummate
why
professional.
Carly's my favorite grand.
I love you, honey.
I just had to put a bow on it. Come on.
Oh, fuck off. Girl. God damn it. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Son of a bitch.
That's outstanding.
The woman is a pro. Let's have
God, I
ourselves a
love your
great
wife.
show, Mr. Graham.
I'm pretty sure Sam just figured out how I'm closing his roast. To put a bow on it. He's a cunt.
Spoiler alert.
We are getting closer and closer to it. So the problem is going to be is that you guys are going to keep saying, well, not that any of us are going to remember. It's a few months away now. We're going to start remembering the
Exactly.
jokes.
Yeah. It's getting close.
Tuesday had a comeback from one side of the Gatwico, and the other a goalless disappointment for the other side of the Gatwico. Crystal Palace 2, Wolverhampton 1, Brighton 0, Forest 0. Wolves get the ball going early. Adama Traore scores. Like, it's all going to be all right, right?
His first headed goal ever.
Like,
But Diego Costa should have scored either side of that goal also, and did no do that.
and
That's trouble.
and you let him stick around, and what happens?
You fuck around and find out.
Palace gets you, and it was like, I'm sure for Wolves fans, they were like, all right, we're fucking building something. We're
Yep.
going places. Nope, we just lost 2-1. Fuck. And
Yeah, because they couldn't finish again. I mean, they had the chances. Wolves did
a lot of chances.
but Palace held their own as well. I mean, Palace weren't just laying over and hit them on the counter or anything. Palace did build some things. They'd played some good football. They had some good chances themselves, and they put them away. I mean, the especially for the Zaha goal, the dive in from the defender. I don't remember who it was now, to be honest. I think it was Nathan Collins or somebody.
Yeah, I believe so.
that dove in.
Yeah.
And missed the ball. I mean, you set up one of the best natural finishers in the league on the penalty spot, kind of stutter stepping already.
right, like just you made it too easy.
It's going to be a goal.
You made
There's
it too
no
easy.
question. Yeah, I mean, it's not like he was like finishing off an emphatic, beat 3 defenders. I'm at full speed and then pull it a little past the post. He was already calm
Yeah, I tell you.
So that's not the position you want Zaha to be in.
So for Palace, they're getting into form at the right time. Mm-hmm. They're about to have a pretty favorable part of the schedule. I mean, no offense to me and my own team, but they do play Everton over the weekend at Goodison, which isn't an easy ask, but they just start to play a lot of the bottom half of the table, and they're starting to seem to click, and everything's starting to kind of move in the right direction.
Patrick Vieira said the other day he wants them to get. I think it was lost a little bit in English is my second language thing, because he said something along the lines of, "I want us to have a better understanding of our clarity about how we want to play." Okay, whatever the fuck that means. And they did that today.
Yeah,
I mean, they did that, or well, yesterday rather, but they did do that. There was a great counterattacking mentality. The little flicks, the little, things were coming off. Probably the most exciting moment of the match, honestly, bar, I guess, the goals, because the goals were okay. All of them were fairly routine finishes. The best moment was Hudson Edwards' overhead kick that almost won it.
That was pretty great.
Fantastic.
It's pretty great.
It was gorgeous.
I
And you
lived with
saw,
that shit.
and I haven't seen Selhurst Park bumping like that for a while. I mean, that was electric.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
With Wolves, I'm starting to reach that point now with some of these teams where you're starting to look and you're going, okay, what 3 teams are worse than you? I'm not seeing 3.
Until you can start scoring goals, there's not.
Don't see 3 who are.
Nope.
It's like, Everton's just lost 3 in a row, but I still go, oh yeah, I could see 4 or 5 who are worse than us.
But you still have a couple players, Dominic Calvert-Lewin that should be starting that isn't.
He just started this week, but
I'm saying you go, all right, we got somebody coming back in. There's goals in the team. There's where is that for Wolves?
Yeah, it's not there.
And 48-year-old Diego Costa hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah,
So
expect him to.
Well, that's not the point. The point is they bought him, right?
That was interesting. Thank you, Mal.
Sorry, I'm reading about Villa and I'm watching the Douglas Louise. That's not a red.
She's on fire.
I'll see y'all in a few games.
My point is that you signed him to score goals, yeah? And I get it. He's been unattached for, 8 months or 10 months or whatever it is. He needs to find his feet and get back into full fitness and all. But he had 2 chances that were pretty fucking easy. And somebody of his quality should be able to put those away.
Yeah, agreed.
And you could see the lack of confidence, especially that first chance inside the opening 5 or 10 minutes, whatever it was. Should have taken that first time. And instead, he did shuffle it well beyond the defender, but it gave Guaita a chance to come out and make the angle tight. So I think Wolves, if they can sort out scoring goals, Wolves will be fine. But until they do, they're in fucking trouble.
Yeah, and you can't help but think that they are. That's just
they're
exactly
in trouble.
it.
Yeah.
Moving to the other side of the gut we go.
Get my way downtown, walking fast. I'm a seagull. Go fuck yourself.
Except when we can't make goals. Fuck. 7?
You made me spit my whiskey out.
Sorry.
I couldn't even get it down. It was so funny.
7 shots to 0 on goal.
19 overall from Brighton.
70% possession against a team that is, to be nice, a fucking mess. You can't find one?
So
you can't find one.
I listened to a podcast that has Jules Breach on it.
You've mentioned this one before, her before.
Yeah, and she's now on the CBS coverage, I think. She replaced the Paramount Plus or whatever coverage.
Okay.
I think she replaced Kate
Katie?
Abdo.
Oh, yeah, because Kate probably went
It's
to
still on
Fox
Fox
for
full
World
time
Cup,
now.
Probably because of World Cup.
So Jules Breach is presenting the Champions League and Europa League days for CBS Sports and Paramount Plus.
Good for her. Great broadcaster.
Oh, she's awesome. Yeah. But she's a massive Brighton supporter. But she's adorable as fuck. So when she lets her biases seep in, it's okay.
And
you know what I mean?
She's also a pretty smaller, kind of petite gal.
Oh,
so
yeah.
She gets angry. It's like, oh, shucks. You're like, oh, you're so cute.
But she's a little spitfire. Don't get me wrong.
Right. But you're like, oh, it's so adorable.
On the podcast that I heard about this game, I did watch the highlights of this game as well, and they weren't as exciting as what I'm about to tell you.
No.
Essentially, she said, we're finding it difficult to score goals, but we're a good team. We play good football. We do this. And she goes, wait a second. I sound like myself from about a year ago, don't I? And then they played a clip of her from exactly a year ago. The 11th week of the season.
Oh, fucking
and she was
brilliant.
like, we're fucking the best team on the pitch, but we can't score. I don't know what's going on. Da, 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 da. And it's the same thing, right? And everybody was like, yeah, no, you do sound like yourself from a year ago.
Yeah, you sound, you know what you sound like? Exactly like her.
That was the most exciting thing I garnered from the highlights and everything that I consumed surrounding this game.
Yeah.
Oh, and Forrest, for fuck's sake, the closest they came to scoring, so close, they had a shot that went out for a throw-in. You fucks.
Dino, just it's exactly what you said in injury time. You were like, when they lost to Brighton, it was because Raya went out there and got, made a couple of big saves and was standing on his head. Turn around, Henderson makes a couple of big saves standing on his head. You know? So, yeah, just fucking crazy. The Forrest, I mean, it's something. It's a point. It's
but it doesn't really help at this point.
You know,
you gotta get a win.
Yeah,
you have to get a win.
Well, and what combination of the 238 different flavors that they have is gonna fucking do it? You know, that's the other.
Well,
question.
that's the thing. Baskin Robbins over there is having trouble sorting a team out, but I don't understand why. You have 40 first-team players.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Cooper seems to me like he needs to just grab 18 players and go, you're my first team for 3 games. I don't care how we do. I don't care what happens. I like the 18 of you the most.
Mm-hmm.
Prove it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get some consistency and then prove it. If that doesn't work, you're fucked off.
Right.
And I'll find somebody else because I have 40 total first-team players.
Exactly.
And I'll pick those 18 for 3 games. Like, they need some consistency. You can't keep changing people around or who's this and who's coming off the bench. And it's like a who's who of almost relegated or relegated clubs over the last 3 years.
On Wednesday, if you haven't figured it out yet, we're breaking it down into segments, and each segment was each one of the days. I will deem this, so that happened worthy. Chelsea 0, Brentford 0, Southampton 1, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1, West Ham 0, Newcastle 1, Everton 0, Manchester United 2, Tottenham 0. I put Chelsea and Brentford first because the 0-0 game was the most entertaining and the best of all the matches on Wednesday.
Yeah, so I just wrote my notes in order, right, of how they happened. So Brighton Forest for me was first, Palace Wolves was second, Bournemouth Southampton was third, Brentford Chelsea was fourth. And as I go down, my notes start. This was the 3rd game in a row. So Palace Wolves, Bournemouth Southampton, Brentford Chelsea that had the exact same shots on target for both teams.
Yeah.
Just like the games were even.
Yeah.
Just everybody was shit.
Yeah. Well, and also Kepa and Raya both made some great.
Well, now in this particular one, yes. Let's definitely say that. Kepa especially. Raya, I think, only made 2 or 3. Kepa made 5 excellent saves.
But that's why I think that this match was the best match of the day on Wednesday, because there were opportunities to score. There were opportunities for both of these teams to win this game. Both the keepers were ready. The defenses were ready. And it was just a good chess match. It just didn't have a goal. That's the only thing that was missing from this match was a goal. It was a really good match.
The problem I would say for Chelsea, though, is they shouldn't see themselves on the same plane as Brentford.
No, they shouldn't.
So for them, that should be disappointing. And for Brentford, that should be galvanizing.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, just
truthful.
That's
truthful.
what it is.
This is still they're working out Graham Potter. This is what it is. They're working it out. They're still figuring out the side. On to the new Cool Wave Jams jerseys that Southampton was wearing. The nice big waves that were going on.
Shit, wait. We talked about Potter's glow up already, right?
Yeah, we did. We talked about that on Monday.
I'm really struggling for material.
You're all right. We'll be all right.
This midweek is terrible.
You have an opportunity to make fun of Kenny and his big blue wave fucking jerseys that Southampton were wearing.
Things. Fucking, we're Saved by the Bell.
That's so funny. Nice. We're not in audition, Mel.
I don't think
Melissa, we're not in audition. There we go.
I didn't think she meant to be.
Production. I was like, ooh, listen to that cool vibe music as we're going on
that
through
cool
here.
vibe. That cool vibe. How old are you?
I'm hip, kids.
Oh, he's almost 50. Mel, listen to that jiggy jam cool vibe music. Coming to you on 94 Sweet FM.
Look, at least I'm a grown man that's able to drink my fucking whiskey. Okay, settle down there, killer.
94 Sweet.
So for Southampton, it was Che Adams who got the goal, correct?
Yes. A rare goal from the Scotsman.
But good for them. This is a game that if you want to stay up, this is one of those games you're supposed to be winning. Mm-hmm. And this was a game that they won, and that's what it comes down to. I question now. Now is the run over for Bournemouth? Does Bournemouth now start to slide?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
All right.
They still had a boatload of chances. Bazunu had a fair part in keeping his clean sheet.
By the way, his first clean sheet for Southampton.
Yes.
Congratulations to him on that.
Very, very much so. But he did have his fair share to maintain that clean sheet. Kenny was actually texting me a lot during the game. Mm-hmm. And from what we discussed, he never said this, but from what we discussed surrounding that game, he said essentially his sentiment seemed to be was, quote unquote, have we scored too early?
Right.
In the
Are we going to give it away?
Yeah, in the 9th minute is when that header went in from Che Adams. So it was like, fuck, we've got 81 minutes, and we're like the only team that hasn't had a clean sheet yet this season.
Right. Have we
so
fucked
it's like,
it off?
what the fuck do we do now?
Very, very fair.
And if it wasn't for Bazunu, they wouldn't. But he did. He came up trumps, and they got their clean sheet. I mean, it was well done. Bournemouth aren't an attacking force by any means. They've scored a couple of goals the last few games, and they've gotten some good results. Well done. Mm-hmm. But they're not lighting the fucking world on fire. They're not like Leicester, for instance, whose defense is so shit that their offense doesn't matter.
Right.
But they're scoring goals left and right.
Right.
They just, I don't know. So, but Southampton did well. They got their clean sheet. Well done. I would still be worried for them. But Bournemouth defensively, I think they've started a good thing, and I think they'll continue that on.
Southampton is one of those teams I go,
I don't
you know
think
what?
it falls apart now.
I think there are 3 teams worse than them, but only 3.
Yeah, fair.
That's
on the cusp.
Kind of how I look at them. Like, okay, great. There's 3 worse than you, and that's all you need. If you want to stay up, that's all you fucking need.
Yeah.
Is 3 teams to be worse than you. But it's awfully early in the season to be going, okay, well, at least there's 3 worse than us because there's runs for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
There's good and bad runs for everybody in this league.
Well, especially Tinder over there.
I know, exactly. Swiping right.
fucking Bumble. Well, Villa fucks, and now they don't have a leader. So they're just swiping.
Well, that and also she was hanging up a scarecrow tonight. She was hanging up their scarecrow for her company tonight. She's all glittery too, so she's all sparkly and hoed up for them boys tonight.
And plus, you were so late that I was outside just enjoying the fresh air with my dog.
Not actually giving the dog fresh air, playing ball with the dog.
What was old Dane Cook? It was like, you show up late, you're fucked. It feels like the key's 14 feet long. Blah, blah, blah. But he was like, yeah, you got glitter all over you. It looks like you fucked a fairy.
Yeah, this will probably be my look from now until January with holiday work coming up.
Sweet.
Liverpool.
Gets me hot.
Liverpool. It was a win. and not exactly a good one, but
No.
but it was a win.
They didn't deserve it.
It was a win. And now I asked this question not as jaded Everton fan. I actually asked this question for Geckel and Lars because I think they would have a right to be upset. Why does their coach get a suspension and get put in the stands for a red card, but old Clippity Clop decides to try to bite a linesman's nose off and is on the sidelines for the very next match?
Oh, Hannibal Clipper?
I already have my own bias, of course, being a blue, but Tuchel didn't serve a suspension at first. He ended up getting a suspension after the fact, and then Klopp. I mean, unless Klopp
But he
put
did
it
get
up,
one.
right?
He
Unless
did get
Klopp
one.
put it up for appeal, I don't know. But
If he did, they didn't make that clear.
how the fuck is he on the sidelines?
Well, with Tuchel, they didn't make that clear.
Yeah.
He had appealed, and until the appeal was done, he was allowed to be there.
And what fucked him is he had a touchline ban, so he was supposed to stay in the coaches, on the seat. And in that very same game, he didn't stay on the seat, so then they keep him.
Whatever.
Yeah,
That's fine.
But Klopp, yeah, I mean, just Sam. I mean, he should have not have been on the sideline, right?
So, correct. Now, Liverpool had a ton of chances in this game, obviously. Fabianski did very well, but I thought West Ham actually held their own.
They did. They played him tough. They played him very tough.
I think Liverpool had a lot of blocks, so shots on target didn't necessarily register with the statisticians. But I think West Ham were more dangerous than the stats led on to be in this game.
West Ham, you got to make that penalty.
Well,
You get handed a gift.
so
You got to make that.
Smokey and I emailed about this one, or Facebook messaged about this one, me and Smoke. And he said, and I say this humbly, Sam, you're so right. The person that gets fouled should never take the pen. I remember your rant from 2 years ago, and you're fucking right.
Yep.
He was holding his shoulder. He was injured, hurt.
And don't
Ow,
have
this
him
is terrible.
take it.
Why is he taking a fucking pen? You mean to tell me that Skamaka can't take the penalty?
Declan Rice can't take the penalty.
Rice
Declan's
can't
taking
take a
penalties.
penalty?
So someone else take that penalty.
Suchek can't take a penalty?
Doesn't need to be him.
It should not have been Bowen, and it got saved easily.
And then Suchek
Alisson?
missed a sitter at the end.
He did. He did. But, I mean, there's no bigger sitter. I don't care if you're fucking 6 inches out. There's
It's a
no
penalty.
bigger sitter than a penalty.
It's a penalty.
What are you doing?
You are technically supposed to score that. Physically, a keeper is not supposed to be able to save a
Correct.
penalty if you shoot it correctly.
Correct.
It is mathematically impossible for them to do. The only way a keeper makes a save on a penalty, and this is coming from a keeper, is if I do everything right and you make a mistake as the kicker.
Correct.
You still have to make a mistake.
Yep.
And, sorry, as I pound into the microphone
Well, he
there.
got very passionate about
Yeah,
that.
I
Mel,
know.
didn't
We're
he?
all professionals tonight.
We are all
He got
professionals
very
tonight.
professional. He got very, worked up about it.
You know what? I have sympathy for men that get worked up and are passionate about things and might accidentally maybe exude a little too much, but
And bite a referee.
We'll get back and I'll see you in a couple games.
But again, Sam, I think we both agree it's a win. It's a win for Liverpool, and you take it. But
They're
again,
still not playing well.
look at the greater cause. It's like, okay, you had the Bournemouth game, you had the City win. You ain't done much else this season that's worth talking about.
I know we're going to come on to the specifics of it shortly, but if you look at Liverpool, still haven't been playing well, right? We've said this about Spurs over the last 3-4 weeks. They've gotten the results, but they haven't been playing well at all.
No.
Now, Spurs got found out today by United.
Yeah, exactly.
Liverpool almost got found out by West Ham
Right.
on their little good run of form, quote unquote. But they're still not playing particularly good. They just happen to, on paper, be better. And somebody had a moment of brilliance.
Yeah, agreed. All right,
And
so-
that's not a sustainable model. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. And
You
it's
can't do that and challenge for anything, really. So you have to figure out what you're going to do. You have to change the system. You have to do something. You have to get people fit. You have to figure it out. Or else you're going to be floundering like we were in 10th, 2 seasons ago or whatever.
exactly.
You're going to be fucked. That was it. That was my point.
Perfect. Mr. Graham, as we go into Newcastle Everton, I would like to use my shot of Malort to start as a prop. So here we are. My shot of Malort. You see there, Sam? That is the exact same number of shots that Everton had. And at least mine was on fucking target. How?
Do you want me to let you rant?
Just I'm not terribly as a whole angry. I'm more just disappointed.
Well, I see the vein.
Well, I did that for show, but yeah, that's 2 games in a row without a shot on target. I've done 3 shots of Merlot. Of
Merlot? I'm drinking the old Merlot. Hey, Bessie, put the chickens out.
I've done 3 shots of Malort. I've done 3 shots of Malort in the past 3 games. 2 of those games, the last 2, had the same amount of shots. 2 in the Tottenham game, neither on target. 1 in the fucking Newcastle game, not on target. So here is...
Listen, Brighton Jr.
Yeah.
What you need is...
They at least put 7 shots on target.
No shit.
That would be my last 3 matches
that's actually
times 3.
Too respectful, actually. I was being too respectful.
Yeah, I think we put 3 on target or 4 on target against United. Woo! So Frank's obviously got to change it up a little bit. He's Myelenko's getting really burned down the left-hand side. I think it might be time to get Vinagre out there.
I think he's just exhausted, Myelenko, to be honest with you. Now, what I would say real quick is you were good in possession, and you put yourself into good positions.
Just never got shots.
Right. And I would be, if I was, we hear top-flight managers say this all the time. It's all about the performance. If the performance is there, the results will come, right? It's get yourself in good positions, do the right things, and when you take a shot, there's 1,000 things that could go wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as you're in those positions, right, more often than not, you'll find the target at some point. And
I think
today just wasn't your day.
I think he needs to tinker a little,
though.
I think he needs to tinker a little. Gray and Gordon should not be on the pitch at the same time because they both do the same thing.
Don't track back.
And they also both try to do a little too much with the ball, which gets them in trouble.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
That's absolutely fair.
Going Idrissa Gueye, Onana, and Doucouré in the middle, throwing McNeil on the right because he's a natural lefty, so he's coming in on his left.
Make the goal bigger for himself, yeah.
And throw a Wobie on the left with
same thing
with what's a facer Calvert-Lewin down the middle, offering 2 guys that are going to be more likely to try to get the ball in to the goal. Because right now, what Gray and Gordon are trying to do are trying to get to the goal themselves.
Yeah,
and it doesn't necessarily work. And you can let Ghana sit back. Let Onana and fucking Doucouré cover 99% of the field, which both of them with their legs are more than capable of doing.
What's my name?
Onana.
What's my name?
Onana.
What's my name?
Onana.
What's my name?
That's all I'm going to say about Everton there. I do want to bring up the following.
Mel's so mad at us.
This is going to Keith and Alan probably aren't going to appreciate this, but there's not a lot to say about Newcastle because you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing as a team that's moving up the table, as a team that is starting to become a challenger. This is going to be a very boring year, guys. There's not going to be a lot we're going to talk about. When you play the big boys tough, we're going to give you a pat on the back. And when you beat the teams you should beat, okay, you beat the team you should beat.
You know what I thought you were going to say?
What's that?
That this was the year that they actually proved that sports washing worked. And they did the best PR leg of the Saudi regime.
I said, hey, look, Mom, no hands. Anywho.
But they weren't much more clinical.
Yeah, but
they only put 4 of their 16 shots on target. So they weren't much more clinical than you all were. Number 1.
But it was.
Number 2, that goal was a fucking gorgeous
Beaut. It was a beaut.
You could argue a bit of luck is what I'm saying, is what I'm getting at.
Oh,
it was special.
Yeah.
That's not a run-of-the-mill goal that teams just give up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think you can take some solace in that. Miguel Almirón, that sweet left foot, all of a sudden, these last 3 weeks, he remembered Jack Grealish's comments from last year, making fun of Bernardo Silva in their title thing when he said that, I love to thank Bernardo Silva for coming off in the 70th minute because he was absolute shite on the day. He was playing like Mickey Almirón, to be honest.
Heard. Yes,
and
I remember
Almirón this season has now been like, okay, cunt.
Yeah, let me show you how this is.
Yeah, let me show you what it's doing. But it was like his volley a couple weeks ago.
Well, Newcastle,
you can't schedule for that. You can't plan for that.
Newcastle, it was in their building. They made it ugly. They made it tough. They really physicaled the hell out of Everton. Ref was letting it play, which was fine. Could have been a shout for the penalty. I think Gordon went down real easy, so I think the ref was right in not calling it. But I've also seen that penalty called for City, Liverpool, Arsenal, United in the box before too. So
yeah, that's fair.
But also shame on Gordon. You've built yourself a reputation of being a bit of a diver. Ref's not always going to put the fucking whistle to his mouth if you go down in the box.
I wish you would say that about Richie and be honest for a change.
Richie, I've always said the following about Richie. Richie over embellishes like a motherfucker, and I hate it. But you see Richie gets fucking fouled. He gets fouled hard.
Quickly, I do want to mention, speaking of sweet left foots, I forgot to mention this with the Liverpool game, and it should be talked about because the guy's got a football IQ of a doorknob. But apparently the two brain cells that work love hitting left-footed volleys. Darwin Nunez.
Yeah. Jesus.
Those two volleys were fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, they were good. They were good.
Fucking insane. And Fabianski was equal to both of them. Well done to him. But those shots were fucking ferocious.
Yeah, they were.
And that should be mentioned since we're talking about left foot volleys by Miguel Almirón.
Got it. Very good.
Thank you. Shoehorn. Hashtag shoehorn. Hashtag Bants.
Everything goes right. You get a 2-0 win in your building. You're moving up the table. Everything should be good. But Manchester United flat out refuses to enjoy nice things. They can't have nice things. It has to be shambles. If it's not fucking drama, they can't deal with it. Fucking Ronaldo won't come in as a sub and walks off the fucking field.
Would you please show some respect? They don't have drama there. They're too big for that.
Too big for drama.
They've got drama.
Drama.
It's not drama, Sam. It's drama.
Drama.
They got drama in
Jesus
Old Trafford. And did you see the meme floating around of Ronaldo's heat map? It showed him pacing the technical area and then walking furiously off the pitch. Why you're one of, I won't say because I don't believe it, you are one of the greatest players that has ever lived.
Yeah.
Not the, I'll never say that.
No.
Because I don't believe it. At least third, probably fifth.
Yeah.
But you're one of the greatest players that's ever lived on the face of the earth of the world's game. Why are you being so petulant?
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to be the leader that Manchester United need.
Can't you just be a normal man like Diego Maradona, do a line of coke and punch somebody for fuck's sake?
Well, when I had my issues, yeah. Well, exactly, yeah. But I've had my issues this week that we've spoken about. Most of you know from Soundcheck on Monday. I said I was asked for an apology, and I said I'll be more than happy to give you an apology in person. So you can't misrepresent my tone, and you can't misrepresent anything.
Right.
In person is the way to be. I've never broken up over text. I've never ended a friendship over text. I've never emailed somebody and been like, go fuck yourself. I've always done that shit in person.
Always.
Yeah, always. Without fail, hands down. I've got no interest to speak to you in person. Okay, no problem. You've made your stance very clear. All right, so have you. No, great. I'm not giving you what you want.
Right.
Ronaldo goes, fuck that shit. I'm fucking dropping the hammer. I'm leaving.
Yeah, fuck all of y'all.
Read this tone, motherfucker.
I was just wondering if he did Jim
He just
Norton.
rolls out.
Jim.
What are you doing?
Jim Brewer and fucking Half Baked. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool, fuck you.
Yeah.
All I want to know, who's coming with me?
Yeah. Well, it was like that Peaky Blinders, like, no fucking fighting, no fucking fighting, don't fucking fight, no fighting. And somebody hits his shoulder and he goes, fuck you, and punches him in the face as they walk by.
And the sad part is here we are.
Stupid.
The sad part is here we are talking about this when that's a phenomenal win for United.
I mean,
that's a win in the right direction. That's it puts them back in the conversation. Things are starting to go right. Well, nope, not anymore, because you got this fucking pretty boy fucking rice, broccoli, and boiled chicken eating motherfucker over here with the perfect jawline and the great hair and the handsome chiseled look, distracting everybody, not because he's fucking good looking, because he's a fucking baby. Jesus. If I'm a United fan right now, after yesterday's match, you're banging your head against the wall, just going, why can't it just be normal? It's
well, because they do things like let Fred score. Mm-hmm. That's why it can't be normal, because Fred shouldn't be scoring.
And
Fred wouldn't have scored if it
no.
wasn't for a massive fucking deflection.
Yep.
And, so well done, he did, and claimed it and celebrated like it was in the upper 90. But, you got to do what you got to do.
Bruno Fernandes getting a goal, which he desperately
off of
needed.
Fred's mistake.
Yep.
He waited long enough for the mistake to play out.
Yep.
And the ball fell to him.
Yep.
Excellent snapshot by him.
A great
it was
shot.
Well done. Came to him quickly, but he dealt with it. But it was off of Fred's mistake, because Fred tried to turn and take it beyond Eric Dyer. Mm-hmm. But he couldn't get it past him, and it deflected off his shin back to Fernandes.
Yep.
It was Fred's idiotic piece of play that set Bruno up for that.
It's just
fucking douchebag.
Fred, man.
Why is he in the team? Make me manager of Manchester United for 8 days. I'll sort out all their issues. 8 days. That's all I need.
Oh, my God.
It's no problem. I lock Ronaldo in a basement and feed him nothing but fucking biscuits.
Eat a carb, motherfucker.
Give me 8
Eat a
days.
carb.
Yeah, give me 8 days. Oh, you gained 6 pounds. You are a cunt. Fucking drop it.
One
God.
last thought here. You take away Kulusevski and Richarlison, and suddenly
Spurs are average.
Spurs look like old Spurs, don't they?
Spurs are very average.
Yeah, it's they need to get this shit right in a hurry.
Yep.
Now on to Thursday. We were minus another manager, and someone's nemesis has now gotten 3 shutouts in a row. Fulham 3, Aston Villa 0, Leicester 2, Leeds 0. Everything that could have possibly gone wrong.
Everything that could have.
in the Fulham Villa match that could have gone wrong for Villa went wrong. First goal was shitty defending. Second goal was a penalty that should have been saved. Third goal was an own goal.
Hey, Mings has gotten his second goal in a row.
Yeah. Fucking. No, it's. Sorry.
I killed him. I killed him.
You're killing him.
It was a goal and an assist. Thank you very much. Not 2 goals.
No, the other one off his head.
The one off his head
was
that
an
went to
assist.
Mason
That
Mount.
was
It was an assist.
Oh, shit. So a goal and an assist. Damn it.
You know what?
Mings.
Hey, it's still a
Do
goal.
better.
And then Douglas Luiz getting baited on the stupidest.
I have watched that from every angle. And Mitrovic comes in hot, pushes him, shoves him full body, and Douglas steps back to him. That's all that happens.
Nope. Problem is Douglas
Is
put his
shorter.
head to him
Because he's short.
and led the head. It doesn't even matter if it is the slightest nudge. It is a red card every single time.
It's bullshit.
Is Mitrovic a little roly-poly bitch for doing it? Yes, because he's 6'9" and Douglas Luiz is 5'2", and he's a little pansy for rolling around on the ground. But
Please,
yes,
before 2006, no one ever got booked for it.
nope.
Zidane ruined it for everybody.
You know,
when
talk
he
about
full out headbutted Marco Materazzi in the
that
chest.
Well,
that was bullshit.
Materazzi should not have been talking about how he was doing things to his sister. Okay,
fair. I'm not
DL
saying-
apologized
but-
to the fans, but he also does not believe that should have been sent off.
No, sorry, it is clear as day. It's a sending off.
It's because of the headbutt heard around the world that this gets called.
Yep.
I don't remember this being called prior to that, ever.
Richarlison against Bournemouth, when Bournemouth was still up the first time.
Yes.
Got sent off for one just like it.
Yep.
Head to head, pushed forward, just moved forward just a little bit. It does not matter. If there is head to head and one person progresses it even a centimeter, it is automatically a fucking red. And that's and every player knows it, and he may apologize for it, but guess what, man? You can't fucking do it. You know you're going to get called.
Do it. Yeah,
you
that's it.
know
You know
you're
you
going to
can't
get called for it.
There's a conspiracy because Villa played a lot worse the second half. That's even possible in the first half. That they did it on purpose. They wanted to tank that second half so they could, lighten up some dead weight.
Really?
Because apparently not long after the match ended, Steven Gerrard gets fired and still has to ride the bus back with the team.
Is this an instrumental version of You'll Never Walk Alone that you're playing? Like a wedding version? It's fucking great. I will remember you.
It's like sexy saxophone too, which makes it even sadder.
Oh my God.
The only thing that would make it better is if Bill Clinton was on the sax.
No, the shirtless guy from Lost Boys.
I know.
Yes. You just now picture him
beat
shaking,
me.
like slowly grinding while he's playing
You
this.
beat me. That's brilliant. That's
80s,
fucking good.
80s
Thank
sax
you, thank
man.
you.
He's just universally. You know he was also used in Thunderdome, Tina Turner. We
Of
don't need another
course.
hero.
I thought you were going to say.
The sax solo is definitely that dude. Like the
I
long
thought you
hair.
were going to say hotels in New Orleans.
No.
You know where else he was used?
Where?
Hotels in New Orleans. That's what I thought he was going to say. He's such
Pour
a
me,
good sax
pour me my
player.
shot so I can get this over with.
Mel, thoughts
Yeah.
on?
I was working today, so I didn't get a chance to watch the entire game. And after looking at the highlights and reading other people's opinions, I am glad I didn't watch the entire game. I did watch the second half, and I still disagree. That was not a red card. There was no contact. It was all Mitrovic being a little bitch.
You know what?
And so you know what?
So you know how to get that call. You would expect your strike. Honestly, that's something Ings would do. Ings would totally go to person into doing that. And then when they headbutt him, he'd hit the ground and roll around like a little bitch too.
I've never seen Tyrone Mings roll around like a little bitch.
I didn't say Mings. I said Ings.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it is
Ings,
definitely
definitely.
something Danny Ings
Oh, yeah,
would do.
Danny Ings, absolutely.
100.
100%.
Think
He
of all
would
your
injure
shit.
himself while rolling around. Not from the foul.
No.
From the rolling.
Yeah, just think of all
be
your
out for 6 months.
shithouse players. Every one of your shithouse players would definitely do that.
Yeah.
DL
Sam's losing his mind that he
was
can't get any
passionate.
nicotine.
Nicotine now.
and he lost his temper, and I'm not mad. And I, you know what? It's so ridiculous. The game is so fucking ridiculous. We fucking lost to Fulham. How Fulhamish of us to lose to them. I don't know. I'm Mitrovic a little bitch. So, bye, Gerard. Who's next? Swipe right.
Villa Fox.
She was all about
Old
him.
Tinder
Yeah,
FC.
but back in the day, man, I love him. He's my daddy, like fucking Stevie G.
That's because it pissed you off.
It's all for him. Now don't even care. For Fulham, this is a game last time that they were up that they would have drew, that they would have fucked off. They were clinical. This is definitely a new version of Fulham that I think is definitely going to be good enough and be able to stay safe and secure in the Prem this season.
Yep.
Very good. Well said, Mr. Graham. He definitely needs some nicotine. Let's go ahead and finish it up. Foxes are on a bit of a roll. Another shutout for good old Dougie Gonna Doug, Danny Ward.
Cunt.
Get this. This is really about what it deserves to be said about this match. Shots on target. Leeds 2, Foxes 1. The Foxes scored 2 goals with only 1 shot on target. An own goal.
It ain't Doug's fault. I'll tell you that.
Good W for the Foxes. Let's see if they start to dig themselves out of the hole. It looks like they might be. Leeds, you got to start getting nervous and wondering, like, is it what's not working? Because this is a game you needed to win and you should have definitely won.
This is a problem, and I apologize for before. I hawked a loogie and it got stuck in my throat and then I gagged.
Oh, poor
so
boy.
I had trouble. But now I'm back. What you worry about with Leeds is the same thing we talked about with Palace. It's you worry about the performance, right? And the performance will lead to results.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Leeds have now had the performance in 5 straight games.
Mm-hmm.
The performance has been there. Haven't gotten a fucking result.
Yeah, exactly.
We need you to do something now. Now you got to turn the corner. You need to finish the chances off. Brendan Aronson, what you were doing the first 2 games of the season, need you to do it again. Tyler Adams, need you to do it again. Bamford's back. I think may have upset the chemistry.
Yeah, might have.
Because he's a better forward than Rodrigo, but he hasn't played football in 17 months properly.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? Do you play him or do you stick with Rodrigo? Rodrigo's goals have dried up, obviously. He was one of the 5 goals in the first 3 games or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
What? He hadn't done anything since then. It's been 7-8 games since he's done anything relevant.
True. Very true.
But that coincides with Bamford coming back into the team.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to balance that. You have to do that. And Jesse Marsh, a.k.a. Ted Lasso, has to do something about that. Or they're going to find themselves in a bigger hole than they anticipate. And in this league, it's really fucking difficult to pull yourself out of that hole.
Uh-huh. Very true.
And we say it every year. You can't win a championship in the first 3 games. You can't win the title in the first 3 games. You certainly lose it. You can't get relegated in the first 3 games. But you could do yourself a huge favor, too.
Yeah.
And they've done it.
Yeah.
In the last 5 or 6, without pulling the results they need, they've done it. They have put themselves in the conversation for relegation because the last 5 or 6 games have been shite.
Yeah, very true.
Shite results.
Yeah.
Because performances are fine. Intensity's there. Chances are there.
But you got to get results.
You got to put points on the fucking board.
I do have to say one final thought as we wrap up and go into Shore Money. Mr. Graham, I'm proud of you.
Why?
There was no pro-Arsenal agenda tonight.
Sure money.
Okay. You threw me off there.
I mean, I figured you'd go in there somewhere and be like, me, 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 me.
So I'm down $1,000 now. Fucking Brighton.
Uh-huh.
So I've gone with a 4-way parlay.
Okay. Because that's going to get you out of it.
I'm going to get mine out of the way.
Yeah,
and
go
I've
ahead.
chosen all favorites. But one of the favorites, I chose a weird result.
Okay, go for it.
Up my odds. Arsenal over Southampton.
Okay.
Didn't do this. It'll probably be 9-0, though.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Kenny.
Remember,
that's
you're
not
now
part of the bet.
morally obligated, spiritually obligated to bring that up.
It's Arsenal over Southampton, just straight up. United and Chelsea to draw.
Okay, fair enough.
That's my ticker.
Okay, very good.
Liverpool to beat Forest and City to beat Brighton. And because of the draw that I chose between United and Chelsea, they gave me plus 725.
Wow, okay.
And I'm down $1,000, so that'll get me right back in the thick of it.
Yep, I didn't check Pat's bet, but I think he missed as well on he had Tottenham beating United.
Did he put something in today?
He put in when he was with us on Monday.
Both. He did both.
Right. So we'll recap everything with him on Monday.
Absolutely, yeah. I forgot he did both.
No draw for me, and I am now down $268.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
22.2% of the time. It works 100% of the time. It was just the 2 with the 2 that kept going on and on forever. It makes me happy when I see that. I'm not taking a winner, but I am going after your game, Sam, the same one you did. Chelsea and Man United, I am taking over 2.5 goals at plus 230. So 2-1, I hit.
Okay.
2-2, I hit. I just need 3 goals over 2.5.
All right.
Yeah, I think there's 3 goals in that match.
Okay.
So very good. And then of course
bad.
we'll check in on Pat on Monday. But you know what else we have, Mr. Graham?
A piece of poultry.
A chicken.
Well, Kitty missed a couple on the bump and sits at 5-5.
Yeah, she's lost 2 in a row, Sammy.
So this week I gave Kitty Arsenal traveling to Southampton. Now, Kitty quickly showed me an old black and white photo of her in Havana in 1959.
Really?
Quote, liberating the people.
For fuck's sake.
Hanging out with, oh, you guessed it, Fidel Castro.
Che Guerrero, which one?
Sam's already annoyed because
Now-
he knows what we're doing.
Not only
Jesus
did he
Christ.
love cigars in Cuba, he also loves his Gunners, and Kitty is picking Arsenal to win this weekend, although not 9-0. And yeah, Kitty also wants me to remind everybody to fuck off. Oh, no, it was gamble legally and responsibly. We're all getting a little punchy this Thursday.
Championship Corner!
I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh no!
Preston beat Huddersfield 1-0. Luton Town over Norwich City 1-0, which has implications. Blackburn over Sunderland 2-0. Rotherham beating out Stoke 1-0. Swansea over Reading 3-2. Bristol City beating formerly managed by Steve Bruce West Brom 2-0. That's their new name, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Until they appoint somebody that I enjoy
Heard.
and deserves my attention. Burnley and Birmingham. That's a hard sentence to say. 1-1. Hull 3-1 over Blackpool. Coventry over Sheffield United 1-0. That's big. QPR over Cardiff 3-0. Middlesbrough over Wigan 4-1. Surprises me more than I think it should. All right. We're going to the table now.
Sorry, drinking beer.
Not a problem. QPR now tops your table on 27 points with a
Go
plus
fucking
7
figure.
goal differential. Blackburn now down to second. Also 27 points again, but only a plus 3. Burnley drops to third. Plus 12 goal differential, but only on 26 points. Sheffield United, they are on 25 points and a plus 10 goal differential. So that top 4 is very, very tight. Third and fourth both have bigger goal differentials and were within 2 points of the top 2.
No shit.
Yeah, so it's getting quite tight up at the top. Luton in fifth has 24 points, so within 3 of the top, plus 6 goal differential. So right there. Norwich City, 24 points as well. Swansea City, 24 points as well. Difference is Norwich has a plus 5, Swansea has a minus 2. So a little bit of a gap there, despite the results. Fuck you, I'm Millwall in 8th on 23 points. Preston North End on 22, as is Reading after dropping a lot in a row, essentially, because they started the season quite well and then went to shit. So let's look at the bottom. Huddersfield Town, dead last. 11 points, minus 6 goal differential, and 14 games played. Coventry do have about 3 games in hand on a lot of people. They have 13 points on the board, minus 4 goal differential. They're in 23rd. West Brom, the post Steve Bruce, is always an issue. 14 points, minus 1 goal differential. They are on the maximum games played, I think, at 15.
Yeah.
That's trouble. And then you have Blackpool, Middlesbrough, and Hull in 21st, 20th, and 19th, respectfully. They are all also in fucking trouble.
Very good. It's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Sammy, any parting words?
Arsenal won in the Europa League, so we're perfect again.
Didn't bring to the game not just the basics of football, I believe the basics of life.
But I did. They did, and we won 1-0.
Yeah, this isn't a game about
It's quite
Europa
sexy.
League.
Don't care.
This is about the Premier League. You didn't
Okay.
play. You didn't play.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Got a result.
Very
You
good.
better get the fucking results.
Hey, Mel.
Who said that? Quick.
In the world of parting words,
Yes.
I'd like you to tell your little line story.
My line story?
The dollar store.
Oh, okay.
Let's have something a little upbeat to end the
A
night.
feel-good moment at the dollar store. Well, I'm putting together this
Said no one never.
I'm putting together this scarecrow for my company, and I needed a few supplies from the Dollar Tree. And it's, usually a shit show going in there, and this time was no different. Place was packed. One register open. I'm like 8th in line. Pretty soon the line becomes 12, 15, 16, and you've got all walks of life. And it's one of those situations where you could get really pissy and grumbly and making comments like, why isn't that employee working? And instead we made jokes because it was so fucking absurd how long this line was. And this poor woman was just working so hard. So we all sat there and cracked jokes and made comments back and forth and talked about buying pot holders and discussed what was the ugliest item up in the front Halloween section, how early Christmas stuff was at. And every person told the woman, doing a great job. Keep it up.
That is a room full of people that all woke up in the morning, looked in the mirror and went, I'm not going to be a cunt today.
No, all of them. Every person in line
none of them.
decided not to be a cunt.
No, none of them know what D-back means, except for obviously our lovely producer Mel. But everybody D-backed in one perfect moment of harmony.
Yep.
Everybody D-backed.
As I'm
Do you
leaving
want my
the
opinion?
store, I hear the cashier opening up the line, and I'm hearing after you. Oh no, after you. Like a second line was opened, and there wasn't a stampede.
Do you want my opinion?
It's
Sure.
because it's poor people, and we know how to work.
I wouldn't have been a cunt. Mm-hmm. But I would have been really fucking annoyed. I was annoyed reading your Facebook post. I was fucking livid reading your Facebook
It's all
post.
right to be annoyed. Just
was-
don't be
Hire
polite.
somebody, fucking Dollar Tree. Why aren't you paying people to work the registers?
Annoying. Oh, it was even more annoying that there were like 2 employees, but they were checking out registers, and it was shift change, and it was just the perfect
No, I get it.
storm.
I wouldn't have been a cunt in line. I'd have done what you did. However, reading from a third party, I was so fucking angry.
And when we all walked in the store, there was nobody in line.
And
It's
I got
we all
angry at
walked
ba-
in
yeah,
together
y'all
and
just
checked
did
out
the-
at the same time.
Hey, it's time! And everybody runs up front together.
Yep.
Yeah, that happens.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us, boys and girls. Next up is Injury Time, where we're going to go over the weekend's action, talk about the beers we were drinking. Not going to check in on our adopted clubs because they didn't play, but we are going to check and see how we did in fantasy. Should somebody want to find us, Sam, for Injury Time, how do they go about doing that?
It's on a website for some money.
Okay, very
It's
good.
patreon.com/DU Football Show. Just pay that $5 per month, and you get all our extra shit.
Love it. Until next week, everybody.
Good night.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston.
Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Snub of my lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Grammy.
Sam Graham.
Brooklyn United! Brooklyn United! Hit the fucking mute button!